Hello, I'm Chris. Welcome to my reading corner. This is a wrap up, mixed bag kind of video, something I thought I'd throw together. I've wanted to, not really, been quite quiet this week really with videos. I have a couple in mind that I want to do, but I've not had a chance to pull books off the bookshelf yet, and that'll be like, there are a couple of non-fiction videos I fancy doing. I've also been tagged in a tag from about the Girl Scout cookie. I was tagged by basically Nedda, so I'm looking at doing that as well this week, probably on Tuesday. So that's that. Firstly, I thought I've got a few different things like books, music, films. So I'll start off with the books, and then I'll end with the books, because that's why you're here. You're not here for me, you're here for the books. So without further ado, we'll get on to what I'm currently reading, and that is The Big Kill by Mickey Spillane. Really enjoying these Mickey Spillane books. The last one I read was, I can't remember what it was called now, One Lonely Night, which I found was okay, but I'm really enjoying The Big Kill. So I'm reading that at the minute. I think I'm about 30 pages left to the end, so get that done after this video. I'm also reading Bukowski, still working my way through the Rooming House Madrigals, which I'm thoroughly enjoying. It's older poems, like 46 to 1966, but yeah, still really enjoying this. I just dip my toe into it and read about 4 or 5 poems a day, and then put it down, and then pick it back up the next day. I prefer reading it like that, because I just think with poetry, I mean, some people might read a lot of poetry at one go and finish that poetry book, but I like dipping my toe in a bit more. I enjoy that. I'm also still reading the Warren Ellis, although I feel like because if I've been in the middle of a novel, or I've just carried on with that novel, but I'm still working my way through this, and probably read some after this, after I finish the Big Kill. So yeah, that's what I'm still reading as well, which I'm really enjoying, like the music recommendations. Like the last one was Echo and the Bunnymen, Ocean Rain, which is an album I really enjoy anyway, so that's what I enjoy. I'm going to probably listen to after this as well while I'm reading. And then next up, I'm going to have a bit of a not a break, but more of a quick palate cleanser. So I'm going to read Fell by Warren Ellis, which is also a crime, and it's on Image, which is my favourite comic book publication. I'm not sure what the right word is, but yeah, I like things like I started with Image, so that's where I really started with, like Witches, which is brilliant. I'm trying to think what else, but yeah, Witches, Descender, Tokyo Ghost was another one I had. Tokyo Ghost. I'm getting mixed up between Tokyo Ghost and Tokyo Ghoul, which is the manga. But I'm looking forward to reading this. Warren Ellis is a new comic book creator that I got Transmetropolitan Volume 1 very kindly at Christmas off my friend. So that's where I come from, the getting into Warren Ellis. My favourite comic book creator is Jeff Lemire, so I'm thinking about doing maybe what I've read about him on a video, but for now I'm just enjoying reading. I'm going to enjoy reading this, and I'll let you know what I think. And then this is the final Mickey Spillane book I'm planning on reading for a while anyway, because I've read 3 in quick succession, and this is Kiss Me Deadly, and then I think this is 1952, and then he has a break until 62, so I'll probably stop there, because I feel like it's a good stopping off point, and then read something else. I've got 3 books I'm planning on reading before the end of the month, and that is a Tarzan book. I'm not sure which one it is now. It's the 3rd one in the series anyway, and also Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, and a Lawrence Block one. I'm not sure which one it is, but it's the next one in the series I've not read. So that's that. That's what I'm currently reading. Now I'm going to go into music quickly because I recently picked a t-shirt up off a band called Still from Hull in England, and I picked this t-shirt up and I thought it was just a cool t-shirt and I thought I'd show it off. It's quite cool. Although I didn't realise that that's a guy's face at the bottom, which I think is really cool. I've not worn it yet because I don't want to wear it for like work or anything, so I'm trying to wait for when I'm going somewhere. And then I didn't expect this, but they also sent a couple of patches, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these yet, but I've got a couple of patches. I'm not sure if that's the right way or that's the right way, but still thought that was quite cool. Then they sent a tape as well, which is an album I've wanted for a while. It's kind of like black metal, but which isn't. It's not like my metal. When I listen to metal music, it's very much slow and heavy, like sludge and doom and that kind of thing, more than black metal. But I really like that. But then I suppose, and then I've got a couple of albums I fancy listening to this month as well. This one's probably a bit more in the black metal vein that I just said I don't really listen to. But then there is some bands that I do like, and this is Deaf Heaven, which is ordinary corrupt human love. So I fancy giving this a spin, possibly tomorrow. And then also another one I got as well, which is Deftones' Koyo Yokon. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, but one of my favourite albums this of recent years anyway. And my favourite track on here is Rosemary, so I've not really listened to Deaf Heaven, but Deftones I like a lot. I've listened to Deaf Heaven, but I've not really listened to that album because I wanted to listen to it on vinyl. And then I'm going to go into films now. I've watched a couple of films lately. I watched American Beauty. I think I mentioned this the other day. I just got it for £1. I really enjoyed this, although I know it's got Kevin Spacey in, which is a bit controversial maybe, but I enjoyed this film. Although I completely forgot a lot about it, but then remembered a lot. So, but I enjoyed that. It was a good film. And then I got into, let me see, Alexander Payne in Sideways. I saw a trailer for I saw somebody mention Holdovers, and then I saw a trailer and really fancied watching it, and then I saw what other films he'd done. So I've recently watched Sideways and About Schmidt. But this is Nebraska. Now I really enjoyed Nebraska. It's about a guy, an old guy, who thinks he's won the lottery. He gets a letter, and then it's basically a journey between him and his son, and it's really good. And you know, it's his son's there for him, and it's quite heartfelt tale really. I really enjoyed it. That's Nebraska anyway. And then next up, I picked up some more recently. I've not watched any of these yet. I was thinking about watching one later, but it's getting quite late, so I'll probably just read tonight and watch one tomorrow. And I watched American Beauty, which was directed by Sam Mendes. I decided to pick up Road to Perdition, which is kind of connected to Mickey Spillane, sort of, because the person who wrote this as a comic book was Max Allan Collins, which he followed on from Mickey Spillane's books, so it's kind of like a loose connection there as well. But yeah, I've watched this before, but it's a very long while since, so I thought, because I was watching Sam Mendes films, I've kind of like gone to directors rather than actors, or picking certain films from certain genres. I've gone that kind of way, so yeah, looking forward to watching that anyway. Then I picked up Fight Club, which everyone knows Fight Club, I think, now. It's got Brad Pitt in it and Edward Norton, and also Helena Bonham Carter and Meatloaf as well. Really good film. I mean, when I first watched it took me a while to understand what was fully going on, but I really enjoy this film, and I've wanted to watch it for a while again, so I picked it up and probably get to that as well at some point. And then this is my favourite film. I just look at number 11 now. This is I just find, like, the more you watch this film, the more the film unravels, and you see more little bits to it, and how everyone's connected in different ways. And I just think it's just brilliant that how it unfolds. It's just, I don't know, it's just my favourite film, because it just the way it unfolds, and the plot, you just see the plot unravel, and you're like, oh yeah, I see that, and you can put all the pieces together. It's just brilliant. So that's probably what I'll watch first, to be honest with you, out those three. Now, I also picked up John Wick, number 1. I've not watched any John Wick, and everyone talks about how good they are, so I thought I'd pick this one up and see what this is like, as I've not seen it. So I'm looking forward to watching that as well. And I like Keanu Reeves, especially in Constantine, and also The Matrix, obviously. And Speed as well. He was in Speed, wasn't he? I'm not sure. I can't think what else off the top of my head now, but yeah. Matrix is really good. Constantine as well. They're making Constantine 2, which I'm looking forward to watching as well. So that's the films anyway. And then I was doing a read what you own challenge. That failed, but I'm going to add a slight caveat to that. I did get rid of about 13 books today, so I've got less than what I bought, and what I've bought, I don't think I'm going to keep every one of them either, because some I've read before, or I don't, and one's like a movie cover, so I don't really like movie covers, but if I really enjoy the book, then I might keep that, and then, or I might upgrade, and then, I don't know. I'll see how I feel anyway. I'll show the books in a second, just one sec. So, first off is Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House. Now I watched the series and I thought it was really good, the series. And I kind of wanted some... I've kind of... Spoiler alert. I've kind of picked my TBR for next month, because I was like looking at authors who were born in April. And then I saw James Herbert was born. So I was like, oh, what could I link with James Herbert? So I've picked a few books around that. And I've also downloaded the yellow wallpaper off Project Gutenberg. So with that, and then I thought, oh, I fancy reading The Haunting of Hill House. So I'm going to read that. But again, I'm not really... I like the house. If it was just a house, I think I'd like it more. But I think if it was just that, I'd be happy with that as a cover. I mean, that Netflix sticker that you can't get rid of is a bit frustrating, but still, if I like the book, I'll probably keep it until I can get a better cover. But we'll see how it goes anyway. That's that anyway. That's the first thing I picked up. Now, I'm sure somebody mentioned Perks of Being a Wallflower the other day on BookTube somewhere, and I just thought, I've not read that for ages, and it's one of those books that I keep thinking about and keep thinking about and keep thinking about, and I love this cover again, but then it says there, now a major motion picture. Now, it's not as bad as a movie cover, but it kind of spoils it. It's that saying that. Now, I've seen the film, and I've read the book, and I think the book's... Honestly, I don't know, it's hard, because it's got some hard themes in the film and in the book, obviously, because the one and the same. Well, I'm not saying one and the same, but I mean like they're from the same material, if you like. But yeah, it's just a book that I keep thinking about when people mention it. I was like, I want to read that, so I thought I'd pick that up as well. So that's that. And then I was in a charity shop today, and I saw a book that I picked up for a friend, and then it was like £3 for £1, so I was like, oh. And then I found, so I got three in there. I got three in there, so then I picked this up, Elmore Leonard 52 pickup. I don't really know what this is about, really. I don't want to know too much about it, to be honest. I just want to dip my toe into it blind, but I was kind of hoping it'd be a Western, but obviously off that cover it's not going to be a Western. I was thinking for June on the Range, but still, I thought, like I said, I picked it up because it was like, well, it's £3 for £1. I've already picking this one up anyway. I may as well pick another two up. So I picked this up, and that's 52 pickup by Elmore Leonard. It only looks thin, but it looks good. I've read a couple of Elmore Leonard. Like I read Last Stand at Sabre River, which I really enjoyed, and Rum Punch I enjoyed, but I didn't enjoy as much as I wanted to enjoy it because I think I was watching the film in my head as I was reading it rather than it being separate. So. But yeah, because that's another film I really enjoy is Jackie Brown, which I know not many Tarantino fans really like that much, but it's one that I like. And then the last one, the free one, basically, because I kind of considered that, well, I really want this book, I really want that book, I may as well get a free one. And this is The Damage Done, 12 Years in Hell, in a Bangkok prison. And it just looked interesting, and for free as well. Well, I mean, they were £3 for £1, so 33p each, so not really much, but I thought I'd pick this one up as a little extra. The Damage Done. It seems quite interesting anyway. So yeah, that's that. Wasn't really like, that was just like an off the cuff one. There was another one about Gaza, who's a footballer, that I fancied, but then I saw that and thought that might be a bit more interesting. Not that I imagine Gaza would be quite interesting as well, but I kind of swayed towards that one. Now I also managed to find a manga in a charity shop, which surprised me. So I picked that up, and that is Attack on Titan. It's still got the price on because I've not took it off yet. Attack on Titan Volume 1. 99p, so I was like, well, may as well pick that up. I'm not sure I'm going to read this because I've got a couple of mangas and series I'm currently reading, so I'll see. I want to read it soon though because I really like the cover of that. But yeah, I thought that was a cool pickup. And then finally, well, not finally, I've got 3 more left. I saw this book. Now, I didn't know this was a book. I thought it was just a film. But I found The Revenant. Now, I've not seen the film. I know it's got Leonardo DiCaprio in it, and I've seen bits of it that I think he's in snow or whatever, and I don't know anything really other than that. So this is a complete blind buy. Again, the book that inspired the movie again, or the film, or whatever it says anyway, but yeah. Inspired the major motion movie. Read the book that inspired the major motion picture. So, yeah, I like the cover. I find that frustrating, especially on the front of the cover as well. But yeah, I imagine a lot of people have probably seen the film. So, I'll probably watch that. I'll probably read that and then watch the film. Given I don't know anything about the film, I like doing that when I've not seen the film and I can read the book and then watch the film, but then sometimes I don't. Like I've read The Road a few times and I've not watched the film because I don't want to take away from my enjoyment of the book. And then I picked up now a bit of I say a guilty pleasure really, this author, because I think a lot of his stuff is very close to the bone and not necessarily everything I agree with, but I just find his books are kind of like candy, like just switch off, don't think too much about it, just enjoy the craziness of it really. And that's Richard Lehman, Flesh. This is my 14th book I have by Richard Lehman, but I've only read about 9 of them so far, so I'm trying to catch up on reading those. And I know he has wrote a few that are a bit like really close to the bone with things of, I don't want to say the word, but like, I wouldn't say I recommend him to anybody, but he's just somebody I kind of felt like looking for horror and found him, and then I just enjoyed his books and found them like fast paced and really enjoy them, so that's good. Well, I'm not saying I don't know if it's good or not. Again, I don't know anything about it. It's just Richard Lehman. There's a guy on the market near me, and he sometimes has them, and when he does, I usually pick up what I've not got, and that's what I did today while I was in town. Since I was on a book, even though I'm on a book ban, but like I say, I mean, The Perks of the Wallflower, I don't know if I've kept, because I've not kept it before, and then picked it back up again because I'm thinking about it. I think I'd probably do the same, just to give somebody else a chance to read, and same with probably that Susan Hill as well. And then finally, a book I got recommended, which is not something I usually read or know much about, but somebody recommended I read it, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to pick it up, and that's Bared to You by Sylvia Day. Totally nothing, I've never read anything like this before, totally new to this genre, but I decided somebody recommended it. I thought, do you know what, I'm going to read this book and see what I think. You've recommended me a book, I'm going to read it. So I thought, I'll give it a go. Now, people might have read it, people might not have read it, I don't know. But I got recommended it and I decided to read it. So that's that. That's my little haul. Music I'm listening to, movies I've watched, movies I'm going to watch next. They're the next 4 movies I'm going to watch. They're the next 2 vinyl I'm going to listen to. They're the next 2 books. Out of that pile there, Susan Hill probably be the first thing I'll read. Is it Susan Hill? Shirley Jackson, sorry. Susan Hill. I'm thinking of The Woman in Black. Sorry. Shirley Jackson is probably the next thing I read out of this pile. And then maybe The Perks of the Wallflower, because I just find it's just a harrowing tale. Oh, and also, before I forget, I also got this from the library, Station 11. Now, I've not read this yet, because I feel like this would be perfect for next month, because I'm planning on rereading The Road. So I thought The Road, this, and then also what I've got planned as well for April as well would kind of go hand in hand with that anyway. That's what I plan on reading anyway. But yeah, the next couple of videos I'm planning on doing is going to be a couple of non-fiction. I want to do 2 non-fiction videos about non-fiction books, and then I've got a tag which I'll probably try and get out on Tuesday for the Girl Scout cookie tag, I think is the name of it. So that'll be the next few videos anyway that I've got planned. I might try and do one tomorrow if I have time, or Monday. Tomorrow or Monday definitely, and then tag Tuesday. But thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.